Hello and welcome to Outside Xbox. You're watching Show of the Week. I'm Andy.
And I'm Jane. This week I've been advancing my space program, JASA it's called.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I was inspired by my arch enemy Elon Musk to launch a car up into space. Mike's car, to be specific.
Does he know?
Ah, I imagine he'll find out sooner or later. Sooner! See? You worry too much. How are you at calculating home and transfer orbits and bielliptic transfer orbits?
I mean, great, obviously, but how about instead we talk about what I've been playing this week?
Yeah. Okay, fine. What you got?
You're now standing in D-Day, the world beyond the wormholes. Now go. Your journey's just getting started.
Metal Gear Survive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, popular game, Metal Gear Survive.
All right,
which,
Andy.
No, it's, well, okay.
Rebooting.
So, if you haven't heard of Metal Gear Survive, it's set in the Metal Gear Solid 5 universe, and after the events of that game, where they all evacuate Mother Base only goes and falls through a bloody wormhole.
A wormhole opens up, takes up some characters.
Some militaires sans frontières.
Yeah, some of those dudes,
guys.
and whisks them off
And they fall
to a
through
planet,
a big old
and it's
plot
got
hole.
zombies and base building on it.
It's like a big, open space with no art assets that weren't in Metal Gear Solid 5.
Oh my gosh!
What?
Wow. Okay,
It's-
no, he's just saying what the internet is thinking.
Just saying what we're
it's
all
not.
thinking.
It's not a Metal Gear game, is it?
Well, I mean, it is, in that it's called Metal Gear.
It is an online cooperative survival game with zombies.
Yes.
You can also play it offline in single player, and it's also a Metal Gear game,
Yes.
ostensibly.
If you run into anyone along the way, take them to base camp with you. They just might save your life.
They're using the Metal Gear Solid 5 engine, which is
Yes.
good, because that is a really good engine, and it seems a shame that they spent however many years developing this incredible engine
To then not use it on
to then
another game.
just use it on Metal Gear Solid 5 and not use it again. I think they're probably doing themselves a little more harm than good by calling it Metal Gear Solid 5. I see
Yeah.
why they're doing it, because Metal Gear is a big franchise, and they
Yeah.
want people to go, oh, Metal Gear, I love those games.
Because Metal Gear is a big recognisable name, and they figure that people will recognise it and maybe buy the game. But of course, what that doesn't factor in is people are quite angry because it's not really a
Yeah.
Metal Gear game with the characters you know and love from Metal Gear.
Yeah, well, people are very attached to the Metal Gear series and also to the creator, Hideo Kojima. I think a lot of people feel quite protective towards Kojima as well. Like, he's their favourite creator.
He needs protecting,
Sure.
obviously.
And
He's fine. He'll be fine.
He's fine. Have you
But-
seen Death Stranding? He's
Yeah.
hanging out with Mads
He's hanging out with
Mikkelsen.
Mads
He's living his
Mikkelsen.
best life.
Yeah, it's more than anyone else can say.
He just goes out for sushi with Mads Mikkelsen on the regs. That is
Why are we not
literally
going
my
out
dream
for sushi
life.
with
I know.
Mads Mikkelsen on the regs?
Oh my god. Metal Gear Solid has a very passionate core fan base, but I mean, it sells copies of Metal Gear games to more than just.
Absolutely. So
those
there will be other
people.
people who aren't as intimately familiar with the drama around Kojima, etc., etc.
It feels like they must have thought about this when they were deciding if they were going to make it a Metal Gear game, and they must have decided that it was
On balance, it would be worthwhile. I
Yeah.
guess that remains to be seen.
We've both played some of this
Quite a lot recently, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, so actually playing it, it's really fun to play because it's got Metal Gear Solid 5's engine, and Metal Gear Solid 5 was a really good game. From the bits that I've played, it doesn't have the kind of intrigue and story and characters and plot, which is one of the main reasons that Metal Gear Solid games are so good. But that sort of minute-to-minute playing the game stuff is just really solid because that is a good engine.
I would say that, yes, for one, Kojima, what does his Twitter bio say? Like, I am some percentage movies?
Yes.
As a deeply cinematic game maker, to then have a Metal Gear game that is very deeply uncinematic. Like, there is the odd scrappy little cutscene, but it is very much like systems based and
Yeah.
emergent gameplay based, you know, as in it's a sandbox and you've got lots of building tools, but it's not cinematic, it's not about cutscenes, it's not about even about characters,
Yeah.
really. It is a good engine, but it wasn't an engine built to make a survival game. Metal Gear Survive, surprisingly, is a survival game. And I was talking to Luke about this when we played quite a bit of it earlier in the year. There was a point in time where survival games were really having a moment.
Oh, like when DayZ came
Yeah,
out. Yeah.
but they were all like indie games that were turned around pretty quickly and sort of reacted to that moment. This is like a comparatively big budget, big name survival game, and
Yeah.
it's a little late to the party. So
Yeah.
it may suffer from the survival game phase having like kind of picked up and then petered out a little
True.
bit.
If only they'd made Metal Gear Battle Royale.
I detect that you're hungry. Your mission requires that you look after yourself, Captain.
But the bit that I was playing was a small contained chunk where you were doing like defense against waves of zombies. It's
Yeah,
got
we
zombies
played
in. We didn't
that
mention that.
mission.
Crystalline zombies with all like crystals.
Speaking
growing
of
out
things
their
that had
heads.
their moment and are now
Yeah,
no
zombies.
longer on the up and up. Zombies?
Yeah.
I remember when they first revealed Metal Gear Survive, and even at that point people were like, oh, zombies, they're a bit played out.
As someone who've finished Metal Gear Solid 5, like once
Sure.
you've... I've sat through so many cutscenes.
Who finished Metal Gear 5?
I deserve acknowledgement.
This
No,
guy.
I'm going to try and take over the Waxin Barracks, which is this giant...
It does look big.
Lots of people. Okay.
like once you've figured out the way that you play the game, generally you can get through the game playing a certain way.
Yeah.
And there's tons of like gadgets and equipment that you unlock through all your R&D department that you just never use generally. And Metal Gear Survive, when I was playing that, we were doing this like wave defense thing. It encourages you to use like traps a lot more. So you've got like Fulton traps
Yep.
and things like that I never actually used in the main game. That I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that these were actually a part of Metal Gear Solid 5 because I spent most of my time hiding in a pipe.
I feel really bad about killing guys with really good skills. They could be on my mother base, like doing stuff.
Oh well.
All right. Well, he's not looking at me, which is the main thing.
Tell me about what you played because it
Okay.
sounds like a sort of slightly bigger chunk of the game than what I saw.
Yeah, well, I played from very early, in fact, right at the beginning of the game, as a very low-level character, where you begin playing in single player, and it gives you a bunch of tutorials. So you learn, you know, the ins and outs. You know, you've got to get water, you've got to get food, all the survival game basics.
Yeah.
And then you learn how to build like basic fences, so you can create defenses and keep zombies away from you,
Yeah.
and stab them with your sharpened
Pointy
spear pipe.
stick.
Basically a pointy stick, yeah. The absolute basics, fences and a pointy stick. Then Luke and I went off scavenging, looking for these USB sticks,
Sure.
data. We're getting data for Virgil, who's like our AI boss, who
Right.
we work for on this zombie planet.
The data on the memory board you obtained becomes available to us. Analysis complete.
I didn't find it particularly like compelling a gameplay experience to be like stabbing zombies with a pipe spear
Yeah.
until they eventually fell down,
Yeah, that's fair.
which is not what Snake would do, obviously.
No, he would appear behind them with like a gun and go, spit it out. And
Yeah,
then they'd tell
quite,
him the location
exactly.
of the commander.
So you have this,
And then he would Fulton them.
yeah, you have a basically voiceless player character, which is
Well, I
curiously
mean, sort of like Metal Gear Solid 5. Am I right? Kiefer recorded like 6 lines.
The face of the character in the video game is doing exactly what I'm doing while I'm reading the script. That's impressive.
There was a bit where Luke and I had to work our way through this kind of valley area, and it turned out to be a sort of inadvertent zombie ambush. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, it's an ambush!
They're coming down the walls! They're coming down the walls, man!
Oh, no.
It's a dead end! It's a dead end!
Oh no, they're literally coming out of the
Oh my
walls.
god,
Do
we're
you think-
so dead.
Oh my
we're so dead.
days.
How do they come out? Return to
I'd
base.
like to return to. I'd like nothing more than return to.
Just stay up
Okay,
here.
that was quite cool.
Okay.
That felt a bit
Yeah.
sort of horror flavoured. I can hold them off if they only come up here one at a time,
This
very
stupid
slowly.
wanderer doesn't have any legs.
Oh, he doesn't.
Poke it, poke it.
He's
poke it.
legless. They're going to create a zombie mountain
Oh
and
no.
spill up here.
So it's out on the 20th in the US, 22nd here in Europe, and I guess we're just going to have to see how it does.
Construct the specified facility at the base camp. These preparations will determine whether or not the entirety of the crew makes it home.
You can still Fulton things, right?
Yeah,
That's
you can.
the best.
In fact, you Fulton them now, not with just a balloon, but with like a small wormhole in space.
Oh yeah, you could get a wormhole upgrade for the Fulton in the main
man.
game. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, the wormhole upgrades.
Oh,
They
maybe
had all
that's-
sorts of science going on.
Maybe that's
the
what's
platform.
responsible for the wormhole that like
The
sucks
unstable
Mother
wormhole
Base
technology.
onto another planet. It's just like they're mad R&D scientists. So like, hey boss, what if instead of using a nice safe balloon, we created micro wormholes and destabilized the space-time continuum? He's like, good idea, lads.
He's like, guys, I really, honestly, I do not care. I'm off on another mission. Do what you want. You should have
they're
thought
like,
of that for getting
great.
Mike's car into space. You could have used a wormhole
Fulton.
and now it's all blown up.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And in the driver's seat of the car that I eventually shoot into space, there's going to be a mannequin of me talking smack about Elon Musk. So if any aliens pass by, they'll know what's up.
Wow, you seem pretty confident in your construction abilities.
Yeah, because they're great.
Well, let's find out, shall we, in this week's Challenge of the Week.
And here I am for my challenge.
Your
What is
challenge.
What is it, Andy?
Which is build and survive.
Build and survive.
Just like in Metal Gear Survive,
Yep.
you have to build
Yep.
defenses,
Yep.
not shoot anyone.
What?
And I want you to finish top 15
Oh,
Seems
geez.
fair.
without
Okay.
any shooting. And
No
you only build.
shooting.
Stay far away from all those towers because there'll be a load of people who want to shoot you there.
Okay. What about this one?
Mike
This
is
good?
joining us via satellite uplink. Hi,
Yes, hello. The delay is minimal.
Mike. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to build and survive, not shoot anyone.
Yeah.
But for
Yeah.
once, it's going to be deliberate rather than me
Yeah.
failing to shoot anyone.
And we're going to give you 2 goes at this because you probably need one just to
Warm
just
up.
to warm up.
Yeah. Just
So,
to
yeah,
get
we'll
a
let you
feel
have,
for it.
We'll let you have 2 runs of this, so
Okay.
don't worry too much about your first go.
All right, quick.
Get
Oh,
to
no,
cover.
Get to
You're not allowed to
cover.
shoot anyone.
Yeah.
Why are you running towards the people?
Oh yeah, you're right. I should just get as far away from people as possible.
Yeah, you want to build your
Okay.
tower.
I can hear gunfire, Jane, already.
Yep.
And you've got no materials.
No materials.
Now remember, top 15.
Top
although
15.
like 19 people have died already.
Yeah, going
so
well.
I'm 1/5 of the way. Well, no, I'm some quantity of the way there.
Maybe while all the people are shooting each other,
Yeah.
maybe harvest some trees
Yeah.
to start with.
Like a
Get a bit
wooden.
of wood
yeah,
going.
yeah.
Yeah.
and then
okay.
you can move to a more
Yeah.
bricky area when
Bricky.
people have shot
Yeah,
each
and
other.
then a more
Okay, good.
metal-y area. Ooh,
Yeah.
can you hit that truck? Can you get metal off the truck?
It'll be noisy and I'll be exposed. Is the only problem.
Okay, got
Good.
some wood.
Right. Yes.
Nice.
All right,
Woods.
give me the woods.
Yeah.
Those trees
Why
are
are those
moving.
trees
Trees are moving. What's in the trees?
Rustling. Rustling with the dark
Okay,
promise.
stay below the ridge line. I
Watch
guess.
out
here.
you don't get chased from behind.
Yeah. Oh, I wish
Check
you
your
remind
corners.
me. There's no corners. I'm outdoors. Everything is corners.
Get that sweet stone.
I'm not usually about building Fortnite. I'm about running, hiding,
Yeah.
occasionally shooting someone.
You might want to practice switching to your build tools.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna.
There you go.
Yeah, there
That's
we
how
go.
it works.
That's how it goes.
Hit this truck and get metal.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
It's gonna be really noisy.
Yeah, but
What if
no
someone's
one's nearby.
coming?
Clang,
Okay,
clang,
alright.
clang.
When the
Sound
trolley
carries
ring, ring, ring. When the
12,
bell-
16, 21, 24, 26. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
If anyone was nearby, hopefully they'll be terrified by my hubris. Like,
Yeah.
only someone who's really good at Fortnite would be making this
So
much
much noise.
Just willfully making noise.
All right. 45. You're like in the top
Nice.
50 already.
Oh, there's someone.
Oh, there is someone.
Backpedal, backpedal. They're probably not looking his way.
It
but-
might be time to start building.
Yeah,
What do you think?
but
but what if the thing moves past me?
I would definitely wait until it's narrowed down.
You're not
at
going to
least a
get
bit.
top 15 by like
Yeah.
planting yourself now. So we're going to go for like a defensive structure, right?
Yeah.
Although Tilted Towers is exactly where everyone lands.
know.
That's where
I
they
know.
start, and then they move on after they've plundered its riches.
Yes.
I guess so. Ooh, someone's shooting.
Oh, which way? Maybe I should go around this way. Build.
Yeah. Look at that. That's some solid building.
Solid building. Okay.
Oh, so the Stormway hasn't started.
Someone's shooting!
Oh, no.
Oh!
I
Pirate
didn't
shadow.
even see them! Where
In the
were
back.
they?
In the back
Oh
of
no,
the-
They were
they
behind
were
you.
behind me. Oh no. Now my plan
Yes.
is
Plan
to
for the second run.
build and survive.
Build and
Build
survive.
and survive.
Run, hide or die.
I'm gonna go into the hedge maze in the centre of that
No.
forest. Why not?
Okay, well you can.
Yeah,
It's
no
got
one's
lots
going to
of wood
land
in it,
there.
and people don't go for it because it's not a
bad.
lot of stuff except for trees.
Well, there you go. You could cut down that entire forest.
Yeah, and then build myself.
Noah's Ark and sail to
Yeah.
safety.
So look at that safe island over there.
Yeah.
Live there.
Yeah.
It's way safer. Why are we on the island that's full of
Why are we on the
murderous killers?
Death Island? Yeah.
Oh, it's all going off
Having at
already.
it. Yeah. It's got my scrub glider.
Yeah. It's got a little patch on it. Seen better days.
Yep. Get down there.
Deconstruct everything.
I'm going to take a quick look. I'm not too far from the first perimeter.
Could be worse.
Could be worse. I'm going to get some nice defensive metal and some
Wood.
easy to use wood. This is my stay away noise. When you hear smashing like this, you know
That's
badass.
true in real life.
Yeah. When Jane's smashing
Jane's
up
making
stuff.
this noise.
Don't come at me.
No one come in.
Yeah. Smash, smash, smash. This is how you get out of a hedge maze.
Yeah.
45 left alive.
Nice. Okay, let's get inside the perimeter.
Okay.
And then I just rarely see it get down to 15 on the first like shrinking of the area.
No.
So I think I'm gonna have to do more than get just inside.
I would stay
the
just outside
perimeter.
Smash that car
and then step in as it's
one.
about to.
Okay, step just across the threshold, and then build or hide.
Wait for the next
and
size
then build.
and then
yeah,
build in
I
there.
reckon so as well.
Build a little wooden cube you can live in until
Okay.
it shrinks.
Yeah,
Or a metal cube if you
even
can
better.
do it.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh no! No, it's so noisy.
Quick, smash
Quick,
it. Keep
hurry!
There we go.
All right, get out of here. Wow, that was a Left 4 Dead moment there.
Tank shows up.
Yeah.
Alerted the horde.
Oh, zombies out of nowhere.
Got Overwatch here.
Yeah, but Overwatch without a gun. What am I going to do? Build at them?
Build something.
Build something in between you and them.
I feel like you want to build... I mean, if you're not going to shoot anyone, you should build somewhere low profile.
Look, it's coming in. It's closing in. I would run.
Yeah, it's alright.
I would
All
run.
right, okay. Go. I'll be fine. Look. I'll be fine. You don't even lose that health that fast.
Your butt's about to get fried.
Stand up.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It doesn't hurt you that badly. Also, you make dust clouds when you stand up and run.
But no one is here because it's where the zone is.
It's fine. It's fine. Look. Barely hurt me at all. Barely hurting me at all.
Okay.
It's a high-risk strategy.
Will it pay off? Okay, not too far. I think get inside that and then build something.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
And wait it out.
Wait it out.
Wait for this whole thing to blow over.
Yeah.
This whole storm,
This whole
murder, death
battle royale.
party
Yeah.
thing.
Okay. They're all down there, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Having battles royale.
Yeah. Battling
Royally battling.
Yeah. Okay, if I sort of skirt around the edge of that settlement and get inside the safety zone
Yeah.
and then build myself a mighty palace.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. Good times.
Get inside the safety zone.
Yeah. I'm on the safe highway to the safety zone.
Yeah.
The highway to the safety zone is just the opposite direction from the highway to the zone. It's just driving
It's just
on
one
the other
highway.
side, yeah.
Two directions.
Yeah, exactly so.
Look at this
Oh,
building.
someone was here.
Someone was building and
Someone
surviving.
built. What happened to them?
They-
Tells a story.
Oh, they were Overwatch
They dropped their
sniping, I
loot.
bet.
They dropped their loot. Oh no.
They got killed to
You think
bits.
someone's still
Their
looking?
loot.
There's a
Shield
shield
potion.
juice.
Oh, but what if someone's
Yes.
got a sniper thing trained on it?
Maybe it's a
Fine.
trick.
Too late.
Well, slug it.
Drink it.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Chug a lug.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right.
Nice.
Now.
Now, how about building something in this little thicket?
Yeah, I was thinking that as well. Shame I can't dig down, make myself a little mine.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
think the
Like-
game would never end if you could.
Yeah.
Yeah,
true.
build Ewok Village.
Little Ewok village, little tree
Yeah.
house.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to build with metal because I've got some.
Go on.
Oh, there we
There
go. Okay, right. Let's build a little
Little
Ewok village.
Yeah. Oh, I love
Build
it.
and survive.
Nice.
Build and survive. Okay,
Build
cool.
and survive.
And
How are you
then
going to get us
I'm
in
gonna-
Ewok Village? And
You put a roof on it.
Yeah.
What are they going to do?
I'm going to go up on a little, yeah,
Are you going to make it two-story?
yeah,
All right.
two-story
Flashy.
Ewok village. Ah.
Back a bit. Hey, look, we're still in the zone, even
No,
as it
now
shrinks.
put a roof on it.
Yeah, okay. A roof? Okay, all right.
Are they
You want a
gonna get
roof?
you
Don't
in
you want to go higher?
No.
Oh, I suppose that might attract attention, mightn't it?
Yeah, it's like a bird watching hide, Jane. That's the sort
Okay,
of vibe
cool.
you're going for.
Right, okay.
In fact, you could crouch and hide underneath it. Oh my god.
Oh god, okay. We're going to build around it.
Crouch, crouch.
You're open, you're exposed.
Oh no!
Oh, no, 20th.
20th.
Oh.
It was a good effort, but you were
damn.
killed by a knight.
No.
Of old. He's probably so disappointed with the lack of guns.
Yeah, he's like,
It's like, what?
how did she have no guns? Oh no, the Ewok village. That is never to be. Oh, no point for Jane in Challenge of the Week. Boo, so much for my building skills.
Now it's time to see what's written in the YouTube comments and what's going on in the Kickstarter trailer for Deadly Premonition developer Swery65's new game, The Good Life.
とてつもない秘密があった人々は
Sounds about right.
First up this week, your comments on last week's show, which was about ultra-realistic RPG Kingdom Come Deliverance, and tasked me with an ultra-realistic Skyrim challenge.
As you know, Jane, King
Yeah.
Wenceslas IV had a shaky reign. He was his throne was
Was it a time
constantly
of
under.
turmoil?
Yeah, it was a time of turmoil,
It was a
which is the
turbulent
old
time
Czech
of
word for turmoil.
It's a perfectly cromulent word.
Lots of King Wenceslas love in the comments, such as this from commenter Timothy McLean, who sings, "Good King Wenceslas looked out on the feast of Stephen, and then Andy came about. He was nude that evening. Brightly grinning, Mike had said, 'Punch this king, good man.' Andy reluctantly did, then he turned and ran." This has to be one of the challenges next Christmas.
Beautiful. And then this from commenter Lemon Zeppelin, who says, "Here's a fun fact, King Wenceslas liked pizza. He especially liked a deep pan, crisp and even."
Right, I get that that's a joke, but there is no way that a 15th century Bohemian king would have eaten pizza, especially not deep pan pizza, which didn't gain prominence until at least the 1940s.
Yeah, on the subject of Red Dead Redemption 2's delay from its original spring release date, commenter Catherine Keane says, "I mean, October is spring in the southern hemisphere, so technically it's still getting a spring release."
Damn, they got us.
That Rockstar, always one step ahead.
Next up this week, your comments on this video in which we took on the next stage of GTA Online's Doomsday heist by stealing some DeLoreans.
We're going to make so much money on this heist. Eventually,
Willie the Kid
you'll
is
be...
about to get absolutely flattened.
Yeah, all right, observing the
Yes,
cannon.
this will teach you to blow up my helicopter, you jerk.
All right, here we go. You ready? Jane, are you observing?
Yeah.
I'm observing. Show us what you got. 3,
A reckoning.
2, firing in 3, 2, 1. Make strike. Go now.
I obliterated Willie the Kid with the orbital cannon. That cost me $750,000.
As ever, a lot of people very impressed with our high level of GTA Online play, such as this from Pablo Gabriel Strauss, who says, "Mike obliterating some schmuck with an orbital cannon to avenge Andy is probably one of the sweetest things I've ever witnessed. And I've seen a man marry his lifelong love goat."
Sweet and practical, as commenter KWS25345 points out. Batman gets hassled by the Joker for years, still won't kill him. Oxbox gets hassled by the Joker for 5 minutes, tried to murder him via orbital laser. Love it.
See, Bruce? That's how you get things done.
And commenter Tortoise Rights Activists is impressed, saying, "This wasn't truly an Oxbox GTA video until Jane died parachuting from the helicopter."
Oh no!
Oh, jeez.
Whoa!
Oh, wow.
Well, great reclaiming,
my God.
Pegasus. It just blew
Yeah,
up
nice
against the
reclaiming.
university.
Oh no! I died on a hedge. Hey, the people want to see it.
Right.
Yeah, they demand it. It's like my Freebird.
Yes. Finally this week, your comments on this video in which we studied iconic movie moments that were inexplicably ruined in the video game adaptation.
Probably the most pivotal scene in the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy is the fiery finale inside Mount Doom where the titular ring is finally destroyed. Yes, even more pivotal than the bit where Sam talks about potatoes.
Commenter Chase Teal says, "Perhaps you didn't fully understand the potato scene. You can boil them, mash them, and stick them in a stew."
And don't forget, this was well before the invention of French fries.
Sam's a prophet, is what we're saying. Although we take their point, it does sort of undermine everything the movies were building towards to just have Neo totally own Agent Smith in a fistfight. At least we're assuming this big rubbly statue is supposed to be Agent Smith, but it's hard to tell. Ah, okay, there we go.
Commenter Nummy Numbers meanwhile contests our assertion that the Matrix video game ruined the final Matrix film. Pretty sure the Matrix Revolutions movie ruined the Matrix Revolutions movie.
Oh!
Yeah, can we get an air horn? Thank you.
Video game adaptations of movies should be brilliant. After all, by bringing together games and films, they combine two of our favourite things. And when has that ever gone wrong? You get that out of here!
And lastly, commenter Ironic Dutch Moonshade explains that bringing together two great things like games and movies is way harder than it looks. I like Hitman, I like breakfast, but putting emetic poison in my morning tea wasn't successful. Maybe try it with someone else's tea next time. Way ahead of you, Dutch. Oh, don't worry, I didn't put emetic poison in your tea.
Or any poison, right? Jane? Jane!
That's it for Show of the Week. Thanks for watching. And before you go, you know what? I just checked our like storage bin out back.
Oh, were you going to go for a swim in it, Scrooge McDuck style?
Yeah, in our likes,
Yeah.
but the levels are too low.
Oh man. Well, if you guys could press the like button, that would really help us out. I mean,
Yeah.
love those like button swims. It's a
Reserves are very low.
real shame to miss out on those. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. It's not even a paddle.
No, can't even paddle. Just a thin layer of likes.
It's just barely up to the ankles.
Yeah, I know. Imagine if someone had dived in that.
Yeah, you break your neck.
Yeah, it's unsafe.
Tragic.
It's okay.
You want that death on your conscience? Where is Mike anyway? I thought he'd be more concerned about you detonating his car.
Oh, I don't think he cares about that anymore. He got this letter from Elon Musk inviting him to Cape Canaveral to get a free Tesla. He just had to turn up wearing a spacesuit for some reason.
It's weird.
Guys? Elon? I appear to have been accidentally launched into space? Elon?